Hey everybody, it's Dana and welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing with the Hero Arts My Monthly Hero kit for August 2023. I am playing with the premium kit today. So within the premium kit, you're going to get one clear stamp set, that's a 4x6, poppy clear stamps set, which is a 3x4, 7 poppy coordinating frame dies, as well as 4 Park Scenic Fancy dies, 4 sheets of Cactus Hero transfers, that's a 6x8, 1 sheet of papaya, canary, palm, kiwi, woodland, and mist cardstock that's cut down to 5.5 by 8.5. And you're also going to get some embossing powders. You're going to get the brass embossing powder, the gold earth safe glitter, as well as the two-tone spray. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, to start off the card, I have grabbed a piece of Dove White cardstock, which I've cut down to a little bit smaller than a 5x7 card panel. And I'm using the largest of my Hexagon Infinity dies from Hero Arts. I'm lining that up close to the middle because I want to die cut out this section. Once I have it in place, I can go ahead and use some tape just to hold that in place while I run this through my die cut machine. I think cutting out this little hexagon shape gave me a perfect place to land my trees. Now within the kit, you saw that you're going to get some trees. I'm going to put that behind that hexagon cutout. And that's going to give me a nice little area to add in some color as well as a sentiment. But towards the bottom, I didn't want to leave it white. I wanted to add a little bit of something. So I am working with the premium kit. The premium kit is going to give you that stamp set that has the additional flowers in it. I will make sure to link everything I'm using in the comment section below. Once I have this into my MISTI, towards the top of my MISTI, now it was time for me to stamp out some of those flowers. Now there are, I think, about 4 or 5 flowers in this collection for the premium kit. So I'm going to line those up across the bottom. I'm not lining them up in any kind of specific way. I just want to kind of fill up the bottom portion of this card. So in one corner towards my left, I'm going to add a cluster of 3 flowers. Again, these are all within the premium kit. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this down. So instead of using black ink here, I'm going to use my Espresso Hero Arts ink. This is a really pretty shade of brown. Now the paper I used was woodland paper. That is included in your kit for this month. This color is a little bit lighter than the woodland paper, so I'm just going to stamp this a few times just so I get a darker shade of brown. Now you don't necessarily have to do it, but I just wanted to deepen up that color just a little bit because I do know I'm going to be giving this some color with some markers a little bit later. Once I have the first layer of flowers stamped, I'm going to go ahead and lift back up that MISTI lid, and I'm going to take the plastic piece that came on the back of the stamp set and line that up right over what I stamped. This is going to allow me to reposition the stamps I've already used to fill in some of those areas. And this helps me from getting my paper dirty from any ink. So anytime you have that packaging, you can use that as a positioner to line up additional stamps without harming what you've already stamped. So I have this little area filled in, and now I'm going to fill in that corner. But instead of using a flower, I'm going to go back into the stamp set, and they have like this greenery piece. I'm going to put that into the corner. Now once I have everything lined up, I can close down the MISTI lid, remove that plastic. Remember to remove that plastic before you ink anything up. And the reason I'm reminding you to remove that plastic, because sometimes I totally forget to remove the plastic. And when I go to stamp, obviously I'm just putting ink on that acetate sheet. Once I have the next set of my images lined up, I do the same exact thing. I stamp this a few times to get a nice dark crisp color. And now I have a really pretty design towards the bottom of my card panel. Now for this, as you can see, once I pull in those trees, that brown looks gorgeous. Now I went ahead and I glued my trees behind that opening. and I'm just shifting it, and I did use my Hero Arts Precision Glue for this. So look how pretty this looks. You could keep it like this and really not even color anything and just keep that brown across the bottom. Or like I'm going to do, I'm going to add some color behind this. That opening is wide open for a luscious amount of color. Now within the kit this month, you're also going to get some cardstock. So I have Canary, papaya, and mist cardstock. I just went ahead and took some scrap pieces that I had, and I'm going to just line this up behind that opening. So at this point, I'm just making sure how I want my colors to lay out. So I'm going to start with the papaya at the bottom. I'm going to come in with that canary, which is a gorgeous yellow. And then I'm going to finish it off with that mist across the top. This gives me a nice colorful panel. I went ahead and I glued that all behind, trimmed down the excess, and now I have this gorgeous panel to start adding some color to. So for my color medium today, I am using my Olo markers. I'll be sure to link which ones I used in the description box below. Now, I did not do a lot of fussy coloring on this. I'm just laying down some color, and I started first with my yellow. I went ahead and did all of my flowers besides the two smaller ones. Now, once I have my yellow down, I did want to grab some of that orange, but instead of putting it directly, I'm using my tip-to-tip method. I'm just grabbing some of that orange onto my yellow marker and pulling in that color. This way my orange doesn't oversaturate out that yellow. I went ahead and made sure to do this for all of those gorgeous flowers. As I finish up this section here, you can really see how this card is coming together. I'm keeping all of those colors very consistent throughout this card panel. I did go in and darken up some of the centers of my flowers, and then I did realize that I had just a few more of those flowers to color up. Next, I came in to finish off the greenery part. Now, again, if you did not want to add this color and you wanted to keep that black and white towards the bottom, perfectly fine. I'm sorry, not black and white, brown and white, perfectly fine. I just thought adding in this color really pulled that color down to the bottom of the card. Now I'm going to come in with a light blue here and just finish up my coloring. Again, this was not fancy corporate coloring at all. This was very, very simple coloring. As I finish this up, I really love how this came out. Now it was time to add my sentiment. And I thought I would add it directly between the tops of those trees. I thought that was a very nice landing spot. So I'm going to grab my other Misty here, line that up, and put that sentiment in the middle. Now, if you wanted to, you could totally add flowers to the top of this card panel as well and kind of have the floral images all the way around that center. But I wanted to leave that top portion open. As I line this up, I just want to remind you guys, now there is a classic kit every month as well as a premium kit. You can order these in advance if you are a member and you subscribe, so keep that in mind as well. Some of these kits sell out really, really fast, and I would hate for you to miss any of them. So if you would like to sign up and subscribe, head on over to my blog. I have all the links there, and you can go ahead and subscribe to your kit every single month so you don't miss anything. The creative team has done a fantastic job, as always, giving you guys inspiration for these kits. So remember, each month you're going to have that classic and premium kit. All right, I did stamp my sentiment a few times, again, just to darken up that brown. And I love how this card turned out. Now, I did want to make sure that I matted this on a piece of brown cardstock. I love how this color like kind of flows through this card, but I did not want to just put it onto a white background. So here is a tip. You can make your card base white and then do a backer piece to add your color piece. So here I have a piece of cardstock, and I trimmed this down to a 5 by 7, and I'm just scoring down the middle. So it's actually a 7 by 10 scored at 5, which makes it a 5 by 7 card. I'll go ahead and make sure to crease my fold here. And now I'm going to bring in the same color brown that I've been using throughout the card. So this is going to be my backer piece. Now, once I add on my color piece, those two browns are gonna match because I use the same paper to die cut out my trees. Now, if you guys are new here, welcome, welcome to my channel. To all my subscribers, hello and welcome back. All right, you guys know I love to keep consistent color throughout my cards. It's just something I love to do. I love, love, love color combinations. Now, if you would like to see me do some color combinations with Hero Arts inks and papers, just let me know. Leave a comment below and I'll put that on the list of things to do. Now, once I went ahead and I glued this down, I felt like I wanted to maybe add a little bit more color. So I had kind of the color going a little bit higher up on the card. So while I was thinking about this, I decided, let me just go ahead and put this down first onto my card base and see if I really need that. So I'll bring in that card base. I'll go ahead and line this up. And I am so sorry that you guys are just seeing all of my curls at the top. I kept putting my head over my camera lens. So as you can see, this color has gone up, but I felt the need to add some more color. So what I did, and I always do, is I gravitate right towards my Hero Arts enamel dots. This is going to give me a little sprinkle of color where I want it, but it's not going to be so bold that it's in your face. And the enamel dots work perfectly with the colors that I picked out today for my card. I'm going to add just a few more in the center of the smallest flowers. I did not feel I needed any larger flowers, just the tiny ones. So as I add those tiny ones in there, I don't want to forget to mention to head on over to everybody's blog. You can leave a comment and you have a chance to win one of the giveaways. So just keep that in mind. And again, if you want to see me do anything on this channel, all you have to do is leave me a comment below and I'll make sure to add it to my list. All right, everybody, that is the card. The color is all the way across. I absolutely love how this card came out. All right, everybody, until the next time, stay safe and take care. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.